Hello, Justin and Stella. How are you doing?
Yeah, fine.
So I'm fine.
So I can see you have a good smiling. I can see maybe you are good. Can you maybe share with us something which is making you smiling better?
Okay. For me, I have passed a weekend where I had a trip with my family. It was an exciting moment.
Wow.
Yeah, so I'm very, very excited. You know, like the Chan Cup is happening in Uganda, so I went to the national stadium to watch Amavubi, our national team. So though we lost the match, but it's really had fun. So that's it's one of my highlights of last week.
Yeah, sure. Okay, me too. I'm feeling good. Yeah, I'm good because my favorite, I was today in my favorite sport, which is swimming. So before coming in this meeting, I was swimming. So you can see I'm good. I have a fresh air. Yeah, you can see. So that was like refreshment. Let's now come back to today's meeting. Yeah. So as you know, the goal of our team is to make sure that by the end of this month, we should make sure that we have a solution to the problem that our company is facing these days. So I hope every one of you know that Drip and Dry is facing the problem of we are not satisfying our customers. We are not maximizing our profits. So that is why as a team we need to sit down and make sure that by the end of this month we have a really good solution which will help our company to get to its goal. Yeah. So maybe to proceed, we need to make sure that we having, because we are solving a problem. We need to have a strategy to use in order to solve this problem. So as you know, before we come here in this meeting, I said we view different a document which was written by a author called Lewis. So it contains different strategies that we can use while solving this problem we are currently facing. So I don't know if you get time to go through the article. Maybe you can share with us. We are discussing any strategies that we want to use so as to make sure that we are getting to the actual solution that we are looking for.
Yeah. So can I start?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So I went through the document. The article of Lewis, and one way, an approach, problem-solving approach, is called descriptive approach.
How does it work?
So this approach is an approach, a problem-solving approach that assess or evaluate or examine how teams solve problems. It means that it examines different strategies or ways different teams can solve problems. Yeah.
So you mean before, if the team is facing a problem, as a team you need to sit down to evaluate how you're solving a problem, or you evaluate after reaching to the solution, or you just evaluate before somehow.
I was also really had that confusion, if you are solving a problem, why should we what are we examining? Haven't yet solved any problem, so what are we examining? Maybe it's examine how other teams have solved their problems, and then learn from the team and maybe solve yours, ours.
Yeah, by additionally, this approach deals with identifying a problem and examining a possible solution provided within that team.
So you mean we need first, if you have a problem, you need first to examine it, try to go deeper
the problem.
So you go deeper into the problem, then you try to
find a solution.
Okay.
Even I have other approach. By reading this book of Lewis, I have seen that there is another approach called the functional approach, where it helps to improve the ability of team members, where you understand the factor related to effective problem solving and factor that disrupt team problem. Here, this means that you improve the ability of each team member. It may be that it can be some distraction or something which cannot help in our team to make a right decision. So we discuss together so that we can come up with some effective way that we can use while solving the problem and avoid some distraction or other thing which can prevent us to have the right decision.
Yeah.
So you mean like on this functional approach, what you do maybe just giving like different skills, maybe if you think your teams have this weakness, as you are providing maybe different resources, maybe trainings, I don't know,
of course.
Am I right?
Yeah, you're
So,
right.
thank you, Justin and Monique. So I like your ideas, and I like the approach. So what I can add on is that in that approach, it's more about improving the ability of the team members or the team in general to solve problems. It means that it's looking to all the factors that really make teamwork effective, or that really make team that increase the ability of the team to solve the problem, and then bring it into the team, and then start building everyone's abilities so that the team will be really strong enough to solve the problem.
So it's as if we are avoiding any weakness that might prevent us from reaching to the solution. Right?
Yeah.
So me too, I've had the chance to go through one of the approach that was identified in Levy's book, which is called prescriptive problem solving approach. So in this approach, what the team do is that they define the actual problem they have. So as if they try to understand the problem they have, the main problem they have. So after defining the problem, the next step is just to analyze. And analyzing what was the root cause of this problem, what made this problem into existing. So after analyzing the root cause, after going through into deep the problem, so what you do as a team is just to brainstorm different solutions, potential solutions, that as a team you feel like they can help solve they can solve the problem. And after getting to the brainstorming part, as a team, then we need to sit down and decide on which one we feel like is the best. Which one is going to eliminate all those root causes. If maybe you have 6 root causes, we brainstorm the different solutions, but not all of them can be able to solve the actual problem. Also, we need to consider maybe the financial, technology, other things. So if maybe you brainstorm one idea, maybe it have a financial constraint. If I brainstorm an idea, maybe it has an internet problem, maybe we are not able to get internet. So as a team, we need to sit down, then we decide we have this amount of money, we are able to use this technology, we have laptop, we don't have them. So in order to get to the actual solution. So then after getting to the solution, then the next step is implement. Then we are moving to the actual step of removing the problem. We are implementing the other solution that we decide on. Then after implementing the solution, the business is not stopped there, right? So you need to sit down as a team. You say, did I achieve my goal? And say, maybe I want to remove this and this. Did I get there or not? So that is what the next part, which is evaluation. We evaluate whether the solution really solved the problem that we had as a team. I don't know if maybe you understand, because it is somehow long. I don't know if you get a chance to understand all that.
Sure, it is like a long process, but I like the fact that it's divided into steps. Yeah, we can know which step which phase the team is on, or which step are we working on, and what we are going to work on tomorrow. So and then we can even calculate like how, like in our progress, we know our progress, we know what we have already done and what we are remaining with. So I like that approach because it's other approach like the approach
Of improving the ability.
that's of improving the ability of the team. So I think I don't mean that we are really at the top level, but given the time we have, and also even the ability that we already have, I think we should immediately jump to like the real problem solving process instead of going through. Yeah, we can still do it like on our way. Like if you know a tip that really make the team productive, you can still share it with us. You can still like learn from each other. So, but I think given the problem we have, I would really more like be comfortable with like immediately going with the process of solving the problem, which is the approach that you were talking about.
So thank you, Stella. You mentioned really a good point. So also me, when I was leading the article, I tried to go through all these techniques, the descriptive function and the prescriptive, but I was somehow confused. And I was thinking, do we have to sit down first, try to see our weakness, then later try to find skills and development? So I was thinking, as a team, we know each other, right? So we know, you know my weakness, you know. So I think we are a team. We can help each other to get to the solution. So I really appreciate your idea, because I feel like also we can go with this one, which detail steps. Because if we jump to this one of descriptive, also it involves solving the problem, but it's not much more than it. We might even end up by forgetting something. Maybe if you are working on the main idea, we might end up by forgetting some root causes, which might even make our solution not going well.
Even this approach is good because it go deep in the analyzing problem fact and help us to brainstorm all possible way to solve the problem. So it is a good approach because you may be aware of where you are now and where to go. So it is good from you as well.
Yeah, in addition to that, so honestly, I like the other approaches really hard to understand for me. I've even like made additional research, additional readings, but I haven't get to the point that I understand which approach that they are talking about.
Yeah.
How should I approach the problem and really embrace it and really come up with a solution? So, but seems like we are all familiar with that approach of prescriptive.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I think we need to be more like motivated using it as a tool.
Yeah, even it is easy to evaluate the success or if it has been implemented.
So then can we decide on prescriptive approach?
Yeah,
Of course.
Okay, so then if we decide on prescriptive approach, this is a long process. As I say, it involves defining the problem, analyzing the problem whereby you identify the root causes. It also involves identifying potential solution, best solution, implementation, then analysis. So I don't think in this short time we have in this meeting you can be able to go through those steps. So I think we can work on like defining the problem, after understanding the main problem of triple drive. So we can move on to the analysis, whereby we identify what are the root causes of this problem that we are facing. Then after reaching there as a team, maybe we sit down and decide what do we think as the best solution. Can we follow that?
Yeah.
So maybe we can call it, this is our focus. We are going to focus on this part. So let's now start with defining the problem. What do you think Drip and Rise facing? What is the problem it's facing right now?
The problem that Drip and Rise is facing is that now it has a limited place or insufficient place to receive for all clients to sit. And this problem may push the company to not have a high living.
Yeah, thank you, Justin. So for me, I think like what you're talking about is like the not having enough space is really causing different other aspects, like having noisy place, having like the customers are not satisfied. I think like if we can really combine all those things in one very big problem, for me I would say that the main problem that Drip and Dry is facing is like that customers are not satisfied, and also Drip and Dry is really not maximizing its profits based on how many customers it receives on a daily basis.
You mentioned something saying that customer not getting enough seats. Like he combined it in one main problem, which are customer satisfaction. As you know, Drip and Dry, our aim is to make sure that we are satisfying the needs of our customers. Then, through satisfying the needs of our customers, we maximize our revenues. So then our main problem, we are not satisfying customers' needs, and we are also not maximizing our revenues. So then, we're done with this identifying the problem, know the main problem that we want to get a solution to. So then let's move on to what do we think as the root cause. I don't know, maybe you've tried to observe whatever in these rooms, in the coffee, in the laundry. You've seen many things. What do you think is the main cause?
Yeah, I guess the main root is that there is insufficient place for the customers to sit for some hours. For instance, from 11 a.m. up to 3 p.m., it is where we have many customers. So for them to sit, it is a problem. Also, between 5 p.m. up to 8 p.m., it is where we have also many customers. So this is a really a root cause for this problem.
So me too, I have in those hours, especially at 12 p.m., you can see many people are standing. They have their coffee, they are standing, they don't have somewhere to sit. So you feel like, oh my God, what is this?
So another root cause is so I have two root causes. I think I can maybe go through all of them at once. So one is like overconsumption of internet. So Drip and Dry provide like free internet for its customers. So if you come and you can access like Drip and Dry's internet, you can do your online research in the coffee shop or while you are waiting for your crops. So some customers come, maybe they order the first drink or food, and even though like they eat it and it's over, and then they remain in the coffee shop. One thing, they overconsume the internet. Another thing, they don't give they don't free the seat for the other customer. It means that so there's like people who stay longer in the coffee shop, and they don't allow us to allow us to serve other people to have seats, and also they really raise the internet cost on us, which also is a factor that contributed to not maximizing the profit. So also that's cause also it's really contributed to the fact that customers are not satisfied because of the problem of seats. Maybe if people move quickly, they come and take food and go. Another person come and sit to the same place and even go. It would be more satisfying because there will be not many people in the coffee shop at the same time. Another thing is not enough parking space. So as you say, and also as Kali said
Yeah.
in like from her observation and her research. So like the number of customers increased while like our space is stationary. It didn't increase. And yeah, even if the number of customers increase, yeah, there is a high possibility that the number of cars which park in the drip and dry's parking space increase. So nowadays, like our customers are not getting enough space for their cars. It's a very big problem. So they're not satisfied, of course. They have to go maybe to search for another parking. And sometimes if they can't find like a parking space, they go to another place.
Yeah.
They're losing money.
Yeah, I'm agree with you.
Yeah.
Also, the problem that I'm seeing there, also the customers may see that we don't provide customer care.
Yeah.
Since if they don't have where to sit, exactly, no customer care from them. Also, I have other problem. Other factor is that some customers fail to pick their clothes because they are ordering their food and drink because they don't have someone to serve. So it is a problem for them to pick their clothes at the right time. Yeah.
So maybe to complement on what you are saying, because of the long line there, they spend long line waiting for their coffee and maybe snacks, and they delay to take their clothes and laundry, so this also is wasting much of drip and dry's time. So maybe to move on to the other root cause that is leading to our problem. Another thing that I saw in these days, in those days hour that you mentioned, from 11 to 3 and to 5, and from 5 to 8, so there is a lot of noise in this company. I don't know if you try to realize that. So there is so many noise, and you feel like in each and every room that you go there, you feel like there are so many noise. So our patron, we know that we are working with like people who own their business. So they are failing to get like a space there where they can work on their businesses. So because of those noise, so that is, I find it also another issue that is preventing us from satisfying our customers' need, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know, maybe if there is any other root cause that we may talk of, so that we may move to the solution.
Those was the important one.
Maybe based on the Curry's observation and our own observation, that those are the main root causes. So let's move on to the solution. So we identified the main root causes, so it means that we also need to have solutions.
Yeah.
So maybe to start, maybe I can start giving my solution. I think since you mentioned something that we have a long line of customers who are looking for food, so I think maybe we can hire main workers. Yeah. Maybe, and I think that hiring main workers can solve this problem of not having enough seats, because if you are serving the customer on a timely manner, they will eat their food and they move. We will not even have the problem of parking, because they will be already gone. Even the other problem of internet, they will eat very quickly. They will not think of other things unless of eating their food and go. So I think that is maybe you can consider that as a solution.
I totally agree with your idea. So that's really make sure that your customers are having like quick movement in their home. Yeah. Another idea that I think can solve the problem and can help different try to maximize the profit is having internet management software, which will really put restriction to people like who are really spending too much time in the internet, not in the coffee shop. So maybe we give a code to a client who buy food or something, and after a certain period of time, the internet cut off, which means that buy another thing or go. I think that would also really help Drip and Dry to maximize its profit.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Also, I'm having other solution, enlarging space. Since customer miss where they can sit, by enlarging space, I guess this will be solving that problem.
Okay.
Yeah. So maybe as a last solution, I think we can also have, we might think of how maybe you can divide spaces. You can say this is the space where people will take food. This is another space where people who have meetings can go there waiting for their laundry service or while working on their businesses. So I don't know how we differentiate.
How does that differ from what Jessie comes?
What she said is just to because we have a small space, like expanding. Yeah. And what I was saying, just to remain with what we have, but make sure we are dividing rooms.
Yeah, I agree with this idea, because if you are separating and you have a specific room for meeting, they will not noise. Yeah, it's a good idea.
Maybe I think we can keep on those, because you know we have a meeting in 10 minutes with Kevin, so we need to keep track of time. So maybe to sum up what we said in this meeting, because we talk about the root causes. We identify 5 of them: not enough seating, parking space, noise. They are noise. People are consuming high internet, and we are also failing to to get their crop on time. Also identify different solutions. You identify the solution of buying a software, like internet tracking software, whereby we'll be reducing this problem of people consume like high internet. She also identified another good solution of enlarging the space that we have. And I also think we solve the problem of sittings. We don't have enough sittings, So I think we solved this problem. So we also note down like hiring many customers in order to avoid this long line that we are having in the peaking hours. So I think this also will solve the problem of high line, and even people who are missing where to the parking. So another thing that we mentioned out is that to divide loans. This is a loan of meeting, this is a loan of picking. So that is the main solution that we brainstormed. So in summary, that was the main thing that we talk about in our meeting. So maybe the next step, I'm going to write down all these things that we talked about. I will send the document to Karen and Fred, and also I will share with you all this information that we used in this meeting, so as to make sure that in the next meeting we'll be able to get to our best solution to the problem we are having. So I think because we know that you have the meeting, so we can end the meeting here. Then we continue later with choosing the best solution to the problem. So thank you for your participation. I really like the way you were really involved in the discussion. So the discussion was really good. So see you then.
Thank you.